You start out with your mentor that's totally gonna be there for the entire run of the playthrough, no doubt, no possibility of anything bad happening, nothing going on, nothing bad at all except for this guy falling to his death and me. Said hi to the neighbors, then made my way over to the graveyard, which is not ominous, made my way inside the graveyard. Had no means of defending myself because I didn't have a revolver yet, and then I saw a zombie that was a bit too fast. Just a little bit too fast. Made my way past her, ran through this dude aside, and made my way to the gates. Had to close the gates, gave the guy a wave. Ran away, found Henri again, called me a fool. Then he died. Those weren't related. Then I waited to go loot his things, my things. Found the upgrade stations, made my way to the upgrade stations to grab some ammo, went inside the battle bus to find a revolver, which would be my only weapon this run. Put some shit together, put some skulls and vases and candlesticks inside the recycler, because why not? I then grabbed the battery and the antenna and put them in the radio, checked my ammo, went back, and then went to do some alcoholic simulator. Day 2 was kind of cool. It started out fine. Nothing weird. Made some breakfast. Decided to go to the blue house to get a microphone. This woman asked me for help, and I am Solly the Solver, so I helped her problem with my revolver. Did some parkour over a wall to get to the blue house. Then I proceeded to do more parkour to get into the blue house. Then I grabbed a soda. Found the microphone that I needed because it would have been really hard to miss. It was radiated to shit. Thought I found some bathroom wine, which is the best kind of wine, but it was just a bottle. I was pretty frustrated, I'm not gonna lie. Zombie managed to find me, but at the time, I thought I found some love. But no, I was wrong. And another. And then another, except it sounded like a wet fart. After basking in what felt like sin, I ran back home, or to what I could call home, the battle bus. Not having talked to a non-zombie in a while, I put in the microphone into the radio, and it magically just attached. Then I changed the channel to 61, talked to a garden gnome, and he witnessed magic and was scared, so I smacked him a little bit, because he's a little bitch. Gained the ability to craft ammo, and then I started to go down into the catacombs. Found out that skulls had a very nice amount of adhesive in them, so I started to grab skulls like I loved skulls. I don't know, man. I don't have a joke for that. It's pretty morbid. So I shot a zombie too. Then I shot another zombie. And then I shot another zombie. After making my way up, I got caught by a zombie, but I shot him. And then 2 more appeared to avenge their brother, but I didn't really want to waste the ammo, so I grabbed the key and then did a loopy-loop. It worked, so I made my way back and then put the key in the gate that shouldn't have been that far. Anyway, after I did that, I got a mission from the coffin. And I've never heard of a red flag before, so I built some ammo and then I went to do that mission. Drank myself to sleep and then went my way to Via Corolla. Turns out Via Corolla has some pretty nasty bitches who spit at me and then told me they don't like how I walk. After not poking around at all, I found another zombie and then shot it. My goal here was to get intel from the compound, but I found a good opportunity for loot and another zombie, so I had to shoot it. After looting all that I could from that area, I made my way into the compound and triggered a trap to try to get someone's attention, and for some reason she triggered the rest of them. After not noticing me right there, I was a bit emboldened and then decided to shoot her in the back of the head, which didn't feel good, but yeah, you know what up. I needed that intel, fam. After seeing no one was coming after me, I decided to grab the intel and leave, and was accosted by 2 zombies on the way. For some reason, I lost all ability to shoot, and I barely got away by the skin of my teeth. After feeling great shame for my lack of skill and ability to defend myself until the last minute, I got to the dinghy and then went to the resting place. Went to the recycler to try to get what I could out of the broken gun that almost killed me, and then after that I went to deposit the intel in the coffin. Explored around a little bit before I found a photo that depressed me, so I did what I always do, drank myself to sleep. I was on day 4 and today was a really stupid day, so I decided to talk to the garden gnome and upgrade a bunch of things that weren't necessary and waste resources. Got it. Then I went to get a note from the coffin again. After reading the note, I saw another picture that told me to go to the catacombs, so I did. Looked a bit too hard for skulls. A little bit too hard for skulls, I'm not sure. Made my way up to a newly accessible part of the catacombs and refilled all my ammo, cause you know, talked to May, and then found a new intel location. I was stuck in a glitch where I couldn't budge or else she'd reinitiate conversation, but got over that, made my way into the closest house, filled up my backpack, went to the battle bus, and went to deposit all the loot. Mind you, it was still the morning, which is a good way to get extra loot in the days. Deposited a gun that was almost broken, got some extra ammo, made some breakfast, ate, and then went out to get another day's worth of loot. This time I was finishing a mission for the garden gnome who wanted me to retrieve some device. Anyway, for this mission you could like help people to make your way in there willingly or help other people and kill all of them. I said screw all that and made my way directly up through a bookshelf. The lady that was defending it was surprisingly tough. With 4 bullet holes to the neck, she kept on trucking and needed a headshot, but regardless, she fell before me. On the way, while I was leaving, I noticed someone have an internal dispute and shoot one of their own, which was strange, but I didn't care enough to investigate and went back to the resting place, also known as Battle Bus. Deposited all the loot that I could, and then told the garden gnome that I finished their task, and you know what I did next. Day 5. Talked to the garden gnome again. Today was a cooler day, but I finished a couple missions. He told me to calibrate some things. I went back up to the church area and I had to put a device in the machine because science. So I went there, but I was having a bit of trouble with the zombies. I didn't have enough bullets. Haha, JK. For real, this is a part where normally you'd be able to cut open the zombie and then put zombie guts over you so you didn't have to like get overwhelmed. But as you see from the title, it's a revolver only thing. So I shot a bunch of zombies. It was pretty crazy, like a lot of zombies. I didn't have ammo at one point. It was pretty cool. So I threw that zombie aside and then made my way onto a dumpster. It was pretty hectic. Wanting to fail the mission, I loaded as much ammo up into the revolver that I could. Noticed a few stragglers, put the device in the machine, but was a bit too hectic and ran out of breath. This is when true fear set in. The zombies dogpiled me. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't run, and I died. I learned that not story mode actually, kills you, and you have to load a previous save and can't just continue. Anyway, I went back, feeling a bit defeated, even though I just realized that I didn't die in so long that it was news to me. Shot this guy in the stomach, and it turns out that works just as well. Loaded up all those zombie guts, but for some reason these 2 zombies still noticed me until I bonked them on the head, and then they forgot, I guess. Anyway, after that it was really easy. I just put the lever in, noticed a bunch of zombies. Also learned that in this new update, Henri just doesn't hang there forever, which was a bit morbid, but I'm not sure if this is less morbid. Really, I don't know how to feel about this. It's a bit of a conundrum. Not sure if like playing with the zombie corpse was like morally right, but I didn't have much ammo left, so I didn't want to, but I shot him. May was now sending me on a mission to the ward to get more intel from possibly the biggest group of tower enemies ever, and all I had was a revolver, which honestly isn't that bad. I did worse. I'll tell you guys a story. I recorded an entire melee only playthrough and just lost the entire recording. I'll cry more about it later. I went through the side of the outpost and tried to do my trap triggering method, which it turns out if no one hears the trap's trigger, it doesn't do anything, so I had to go inside and they immediately shot at me. So I decided to run away, noticed a perpetually spinning can of soda, and then just, I don't know how to describe it. I shot him. It really feels a bit morbid considering this is VR, but like, I had to do it to him. The spinning soda was telling me that my sins were absolved, so I assumed everything was okay, and everything is okay. Went back inside to try to tell them that their friends died by not my hand, because the spinning soda said so, and was a bit sneaky. Maybe I'll try a sneaky run in the future, but I doubt it, honestly. You get seen by almost everything. This ain't Assassin's Creed. After understanding that guy's routine, I walked into a little pocket so I could avoid him and not get into a gunfight again, because I was running low on ammo. After somehow being not noticed by him, even though I poked my head out right at him, I was evasive enough, I guess, put all my points into sneak. I went into their back room so I could get the intel and what would normally be a really nice gun that I still cannot use because this is a revolver's only playthrough. I didn't even notice that guy that almost saw me before I went through the footage, which is like, oh my god, that would have sucked. Anyway, I grabbed the intel, some bobs and bits, and for some strange reason, I got spotted, or I got heard. Against my best wishes, I got caught up in another gunfight with an entire base, but for some reason I was like rather proficient at it. Feels weird when you shoot people in VR, but whatever. This girl just, I don't know what her deal was, but you know, she obviously wanted to go. Shot this guy as well. And then I left. Those people decided not to help their friends for some strange reason, but I wasn't complaining. Tested out my flashlight inside of their base to make sure it was not shady enough. Then I just left. It was crazy. The soda was still spinning. He must know something I don't. Tried to wave by, but they didn't appreciate my coyness, and I ran away. Made my way to the dinghy, and then went back to the battle bus. Unloaded the loot, put the intel in the coffin, and found some very great treasure. Let's just take a moment. I couldn't loot it. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Then I drank myself to sleep. On day 6, I decided to make more ammo for my only weapon. Big surprise. After getting enough ammo to make me feel secure in my endeavors, I went down to good old Death Trap and went to do the mission. However, it turns out that this mission was love-related, and after avoiding love all my life, I only had one response to this guy that tried to bring me back into it.
What do you need?
Now would be a good time to remind you that this is a zombie game, and despite zombies being slow and not very threatening, they do have the sickness. And I thought that sickness was, you had to use melee weapons, but it turns out to be proximity based. So after trying to shoot these people from a pussy advantage, it didn't work, and I was just pussy and hurt and jumped. Dealt with my assailants, killed the other zombies, and tried to heal myself as best I could. Now the goal was to get another pump regulator from this building. However, there were some zombies, some food. I don't want to, get mundane and say every time I kill zombies, but there are a lot of zombies. There's the pump regulator and shit. Like the lovers in my life that I refuse to acknowledge, I grabbed what I needed and then I dipped, went back to the good old Death Trap, and made my way home with the loot. Getting the mystery bus, Kenny insulted my intelligence by asking if I could read. I made more ammo, made my way to the Catacombs, and totally didn't have my gun break on me. My gun didn't break, I didn't run away, and no zombie chased me from the Catacombs, and I totally didn't just scurry away like a little bitch and make more hypothetical ammo. That didn't happen. If you say so, I will sue you for slander. Super easy trip into the Catacombs. I went to put in this new pump regulator and saw 3 people near my property. That being the case, I had to ask them politely to leave, and they did. Nothing bad happened. It was a pretty great time. We even had some coffee afterwards. After having that coffee, I decided to go back to the battle bus and drink myself to sleep. Day 7. I woke up to get more information from the coffin, and it was May basically telling me that she'd do whatever she needed to, blah blah blah. The only important stuff was where the information and the goods were, so I went to go do that and deal with some zombies. At this point, I'm gonna stop announcing every zombie kill unless it's important. I was being chased by a zombie when I saw this man and used him as a human shield. It was pretty effective, so I went to go find more, and I did. Now, I was trying to get the information from the shed on the left of me as I see right now, but there were many people, and the second I walked over there, I would have been shot and killed, so I did that to them instead. I tried to get a long shot, but thought better of it. I decided to reload my gun in this man's face. I decided to unload my gun in his face, which upset her. And then I unloaded on her and him. She saved her comrade from turning into a zombie, and I saved her from having to live through the experience. Then I went to get the book that was worth so many lives. It's not that I think about it, it's a really big security breach that they just write down all their weaknesses. I'm not gonna lie, got a bit of bloodlust at the end here, so I just I did that, yeah. I then went to deposit the information, and you know the rest. You know I got a problem. Day 8 and you're too late. I spoke to the bobblehead once more, and it asked me to get information on its dead friends in a school, which I thought was pretty interesting, and I also got information from May. This particular part of the game required some Assassin's Creed shit, where you just like hop on sides of the walls and climb, so if that's your thing, then you know, good for you. Made my way into the school and got seen by a zombie with the best fucking eyesight I have ever seen it. Or he saw, I saw. I don't even know, he's that good, bro, it's crazy. Found the first dead friend, found a door opening zombie and a door busting zombie, and then I proceeded to shoot them both, one far away, one up close. Found the second dead friend who just looked completely beautiful. Oh my god. Then I found the third friend who spoke in a really weird accent in his notes. Then I went off to find the fourth dead friend, which was easy enough because he left a trail of blood. Yeah, a literal trail. Followed the trail of blood to what I assumed was the fourth dead friend. But when I looked behind me, all I could see was danger. I assumed they followed the trail of blood as well, but there were a very good amount of zombies. Another zombie started their door-busting career on my ass, and I had a bit of a problem. I don't even really know what happened. I couldn't see. I didn't have much ammo, and I was scared, but I made it. Surprise, surprise, the dead friend wasn't dead after all. But I don't like surprises. After accidentally, surprisingly shooting that man in the face, I had to go back home to tell his friend about it. Unfortunately, about that horrible accident. He took it surprisingly well. After that, he didn't really have much to say on the topic. After feeling what I thought was emotion, I had to drink it off. Day 9! Day 9! Day 9! It was a bit of a doozy. I immediately got to work, and work was not getting shot in a firefight that had nothing to do with me. The factions were colliding, and I was picking up their guns. Unfortunately, one faction took over this blue building that I needed to climb up to, and it also had the intel that I needed. I'm gonna be honest here, it was a lot easier to get into this building while in front of a guy holding an automatic rifle and in front of a lady that should have shot me in the head while climbing up, but I dealt with her easily, and him, and took their information. The information, the rest was kind of home clear. All I had to do was get down and make my way back to the good old death trap. I was getting into the double digits of days, so there was going to be more and more zombies, so I had to be careful and conserve my ammo, which I did by throwing them away. Drank myself to sleep, and now it's another day. It was now the 10th day. We're reaching the end game now, boys. After getting information from May saying she wanted to meet, my bullets met some zombies. I then met May, who was telling me she wanted to get the hell out of New Orleans, and I couldn't blame her for that, so I got ready to go with her. Now I had to find the final pump regulator. Strangely enough, it was in this building held by the leader of the Reclaimed, a man named JB. I immediately picked it up after I saw it, but he had the other piece, so we have to talk. After taking care of that fool, I went on the good old death trap, went home, talked to my buddy, got the key to reserve, set up the pump regulator, opened the area for the pump regulator, and went home. Told the man speaking through the head that the last pump regulator was in. He turned on the lights, attracting everyone. I saw someone dead without an obvious headshot, so I tried to take them out first. Didn't work. Killed the person that killed them. They turned into a zombie despite me shooting them in the head, so I had to shoot them in the head again. And now I was running to the church with the back of the tower because I shot one man. I mean, I shot a lot of men, but that one man in particular got me cool with him. At this point, I was at the end of the game and I had 6 bullets left with an entire firefight to go through. This was pretty hard, and everyone else had automatic rifles. After running out of ammo, I just decided to book it and just go for it. Normally, I wouldn't suggest trying to outrun automatic fire, but in this case it worked. I climbed up the many things that were in my way, went up into the building, then I found the decision machine in the game, allowing me to destroy the reserve, save the reserve, both. This is the part of the game that's supposed to be some sort of moral quandary. Basically, Bobblehead Man is a man named Casey, and he's alive trapped in the reserve. If you get the supplies for the reserve, you condemn Casey to drowning, but if you destroy the reserve, then you save Casey. After making my decision, I went into the church area and made double sure that I had no ammo, which I didn't. We were here at the end in a church filled with dead bodies and a broken woman. The teenager we saw earlier was May's child, and we avenged her, but she's pissed and basically threatening to kill everyone. I let her do it. Who am I to stop her from getting some sweet, sweet vengeance, am I right? After getting that out of her system and a lot of people off of this planet, she decided to take a nap. On her knees. I had no bullets left, so I was just kind of teasing her and chastising her, and it turns out that was enough to kill her. I didn't expect this. I went down into the reserve, and I went to the spoils, and by the way, I totally let Casey drown. Let's move on. After getting more ammo than I would definitely ever use, I found my way out, climbed up the extraordinarily convenient ladder, made my way outside, got on a boat and just started thinking about how many people died. Like, literally everyone died. Casey, May, all those people that I didn't really learn the names of. I'm just boating away out of a dead city at this point. But I got a lot of ammo. Like, a lot of ammo. And with that, I beat the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners with only a revolver. Thank you for listening. I know it's a long video, and I know it's heavily edited. I'll definitely get better at these. But if you liked it, leave a like. Please subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I'll make more if you guys want more, but I'll probably make more anyway because I just enjoy this shit. But yeah, have a great day. I, hope things go well for you. Bye.